So why in the world do you buy a drone when you're just a fly fisherman? Alrighty, so it is officially time to open up this new toy, this box of goodness that I've received, and let's see what's inside. So right out of the gate, we've got this really nice casing for the DJI Mavic to kind of give me something sturdy so that I can store it, throw it in my bag. It'll fit nicely in my waterproof Sims bag and keep everything protected. That way I don't have to worry about ruining it. But the good news is with this particular one, even though there's a high likelihood that I will crash it, ruin it, break it, do something to it, I bought a protection plan, and that should save me for a year as long as I can locate the drone. I've already gotten the advice of number one, get a plan, and number two, make sure you take their practice courses online so that you can get familiar with how to work it first. For today, I just wanted to crack this open, show you what I picked up, and explain why I got it. For me, the reason why I bought the drone is trout take you to some of the most beautiful places that you can ever imagine. So for that reason, I wanted to be able on film to capture some of those images of the beautiful hillsides, the freestone streams, the spring creeks. I mean, all of the wonderful places I've fished from now New York to PA to West Virginia to Maryland. I want to start capturing that in a different light and be able to show that to you on camera. I felt like it was only appropriate to be able to enhance your experience as you watch by buying this drone. So now let's talk about why exactly did I buy specifically this model of the DJI Mavic Mini. So for me, price was very important. I personally didn't want to buy something in the top tier where people are getting it because they're professionals and they're using it for weddings and birthdays and other types of celebrations, as a professional photographer. So I wanted to get something kind of in that mid-tier, and I was looking at, the top of the line is going to be $800, maybe $1,000 or more, and the lower tier is probably going to put you at $100 to $200. So I wanted to be right in that soft spot of the middle. So what I found is the DJI Mavic Mini, and that was $400 for just the Mavic Mini, and I bought the Fly More package for $500. So for me, it was important to get a good quality drone, but not necessarily invest so much that I was overextending what I needed to for the purposes I want to use it for. Next, size was also important to me. I wanted to be able to get something that I could immediately take out on the stream and not necessarily have to go through all the other steps. So for this particular drone, it comes in, as you can see, and it's right here on the actual drone itself, at 249 grams. What that means is the FAA puts a regulation at 250 grams or more, which a lot of the Mavic Air and Mavic Air Pros and things of that nature, they have to get registered through the FAA. It's an extra step, and it's a little bit longer procedure that I'm sure is not too labor intensive, but for me, since it's really just a toy that's going to help me out with doing films on the stream, I wanted as little intrusion to getting this off the ground and literally starting as possible. So that 249 grams, what it allows me to do is kind of skirt some of what regular drone users have to do. And now I can basically just take it right out to the stream, fly it, make sure that I'm not in any spaces that are, kind of no-fly zones. And I can think of at least one off the top of my head where I can't fly drones when I fish, but for the most part, it's right out of the box, right to stream, and start your fishing and recording. Overall, quality was another thing that I needed to consider, and I knew that DJI produced really high quality things. I mean, if you look at their Mavic Air and Mavic Pros, those are considered to be some of the best in the business. So the only real knock that I have for this is that it doesn't have the kind of sensor that has object avoidance. So I'll have to be super careful with this camera, although I did buy that protection plan. So for me, I'll have to be a little bit more careful with this particular drone, but that's why you buy a protection plan. That's why you take the courses on learning how to fly it. And if you're just looking to basically get a toy and something that gets you into the drone game, I felt like for the quality and the price point, there wasn't going to be anything better. Next, one of the other reasons why I went with DJI is I found out pretty quickly that they actually have a teacher discount, and they have a variety of other, factions of people that basically would qualify for that. I know that students are one, teachers are one, I'm pretty confident military would be one, but it's not often that you get to take advantage of being a teacher. So for me to get an extra 10% off when I'm buying a $400 or in this case $500 Fly More package, that immediately told me that that was exactly what I needed to do, because they were kind enough to give me that teacher discount. That also basically paid for the protection plan. So I kind of had that factored into the overall cost as I was making my final decision. And then finally, why did I pick the Fly More option? And for me, you know as well as anybody, when you buy your first fly rod or fly box or whatever, you always end up going back and buying some more things. So I knew that just buying the drone alone would probably mean I would have to get more. Just like when I bought the GoPro, I had to go out and buy extra batteries, and then I had to buy, extra grips, and I had to buy all different kinds of other things. What it comes with is it's got the 3 battery packs, and usually you would just get one. And on top of getting the 2 extras, you get the charging station. On top of that, you get an adapter and then all the different cords that allow you to be able to plug in. You get extra sticks in terms of for, controlling the drone here in case you were to lose one or misplace it. Now, for some reason, if it breaks or if it, comes off on the stream, or I just, make a mistake, now I have an extra set of joysticks to be able to control that for the controller. I've got the USB to be able to plug it in, and then on top of that, I get this nice little carrying case that's really, sleek looking and basically gives me a nice little way of transporting it back and forth and packaging it up. So overall, I am just super excited to be able to add this to my repertoire. Once I have this in combination with a mirrorless camera, I know that the quality of film is going to improve for you. And then hopefully we can start to capture a little bit more of the experience and not just the fishing or the explanation of the fishing, and turn it in more to something a little bit maybe more cinematic and something that you'll like. So let me know in the comments if you think this is a good idea, if you think I'm way in over my head, or, if you have any other bits of advice or something that you would suggest. But at this point, I'm really happy with the way things have been going. I'm eager to kind of turn a corner and make the channel even better for you, because I really do, at the end of the day, I appreciate the support. It allows me to be able to put up videos that you enjoy, and we can go back and forth commenting and talking about spots and fishing, but then also be able to invest in more quality gear. Not that I'm making enough through the channel to do that, but I just felt like it was appropriate that with the channel's growth, why not also try to grow what you're using and make it even better. So thank you as always for tuning back in. I look forward to seeing the next time I'm on the stream with this, and for now, let's leave you with a little bit of raw footage on how it works.